everyone, I am Ruby Williams. Sorry about the delay, there were a few technical difficulties. But I'm an accredited practicing dietitian at Nutrition Australia, and we're partnering with Veg Education to bring the Veg Influencer project to life. So we want to help long daycare centres and anyone who can influence veg consumption in children to be able to do that. So we're all really busy people, and the people who have the most influence on our children are those like our educators, our teachers, parents, healthcare professionals. We're all veg influencers. So the Veg Influencer project aims to make all of this really simple and really easy using evidence-based methods to increase vegetable consumption. So you can find a suite of evidence-based resources and methods on the vegkit.com.au, don't forget the AU, website, where there's a lot of different recipes and resources that you can use at your centre. So today we're going to be making a recipe that will be featured on the VegKit website. So make sure you keep referring back to it regularly because there's going to be a lot of new updates. Also, I encourage you to check out Veg Education's TikTok page. They're trying to show everyone how you can be a veg influencer using the VegKit resources and small snippet videos. So make sure you check that out. That's Veg Education AU. So today we're making a sang choy bao. And what's great about this recipe is that there's more than one way that you can cook it. So I'm cooking the vegetarian version today, but there also will be a meat option, which will be pork. But today we're using eggs as a vegetarian option. And this is really important and a really good way to influence food consumption in long daycare centres and in schools, any food service environment. It makes it super easy. It means you don't have to cook two completely different meals. You can simply change one element of it, and we're doing that with the protein. So I also love this recipe as it's a great, easy one to get the kids involved. You can get them in the kitchen, cutting up all the veggies with you, or you can get them scooping up the sang choy bao mix into the lettuce leaf cups. And evidence shows that getting the kids in the kitchen preparing veggies with you will help increase their veg consumption and overall acceptance around new foods as well. So that's why this recipe is really great. So we should begin. So what you'll need is, I've pre-cut all the veggies and everything to make it a little bit quicker because I didn't have a little one with me to help me prepare the veggies. So what you'll need is some vermicelli rice noodles, one bok, ginger, garlic, spring onion, eggs. You'll also need some capsicum, some green beans, carrot, and you'll also need some lettuce leaf cups and some olive oil and reduced salt soy sauce. So that's also why I love this recipe is you can use a wide variety of different veggies. So you can encourage kids to eat the rainbow. So we eat with our eyes as well as our stomachs. So we want the meal to be visually appealing with lots of different colours, tastes and textures. You can have veggies that they already like and some new ones too that they're still beginning to like as well. And veggies, obviously, and eating the rainbow are really good to support our children's health as well. So to begin, I've already cooked the noodles. They take about 4 minutes as per packet instructions, just boiling in hot water. And then what we'll do is we'll take a fry pan or a wok. I'm using a wok today, and we'll just cook it on medium heat. So putting our wok on, and then what we're going to do is just put our olive oil and our garlic, ginger, and our spring onions. Just all in the pan until they get nice and fragrant, which will happen pretty quickly in about 30 seconds. So we're just going to cook these nicely. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add our eggs. Now, as I mentioned, that's what we're using instead of our meat. And it's really important that when we're swapping our ingredients up, we want to try to replace the nutrients that we're removing. And in this case, we're replacing protein. Protein is really important for our growing and active kids' development, as well as keeping their energy levels stable and just supporting their overall health. So other proteins we could use other than egg that are vegetarian are things like our tofu, our textured vegetable protein. Maybe if your child's allergic to egg or soy, you could use lentils instead, or include mushrooms for a bit of a meatier umami sort of texture. But there are lots of different dietary requirements in kids these days, and that's why it's great to have slight swaps that you can do that are easy enough to do. So now that these are all fragrant and smelling delicious, apparently you could be in the kitchen, we're going to add our eggs. So we're adding 5 eggs today, and we're just cooking these just until they get nice and runny and start to make a little bit of a texture. So then what we're going to do is we're going to add about 20 ml of reduced salt soy sauce. Now you may think that including soy sauce might make the meal unhealthy, but including sauces is really important to enhance the flavour of our veggies. We want kids to eat the veggies, and we need to do that sometimes by actually adding sauces itself. So there are some things that we can do to enhance or to pick a healthier sauce option. So we can choose the reduced salt version, like I've done. But we can also look at the nutrition information panel as well, selecting around less than 400 ml of sodium per 100 grams, ideally, but ideally a little bit less. And with soy sauce, it can be hard, so finding a low salt option is your best bet. But looking at the ingredients panel is the most important part. There also, you can do the same thing with other sauces, whether that be the sugar content or the saturated fat. So next, now that that's all coming together, we're going to add our veggies, the most important part, right? That's what we're here for today. So we're adding our lombok, capsicum, our green beans, our carrots, and we are going to just cook this and mix it in with our egg and sauce for about 5 minutes until they're a bit more soft and there's not a lot of texture. So there's lots of different ways that we can increase our veg consumption in daycare settings. So you can simply get the kids to help in the food preparation progress, like we've said. You can also get the kids involved in a bit of a kitchen garden, exploring how food is grown, the different colours, tastes and textures associated with that veg. You can get the kids to help make maybe it's a dip, a veg-based dip like a hummus, and they can also dip the more veg into it. You can also include lots of written resources, posters, maybe even toys, colouring sheets as well in your centre or classroom. And this can help again increase the exposure of the veg, normalising them without putting pressure on the environment, because we don't want kids to feel pressured to eat their veg. We want them to have a positive relationship with the food. So they're just some ways, and again, make sure you go to the Veg Kit website to find a lot of different other ways you can help increase veg consumption. So it's looking really good now. You can sort of see coming together nicely. I remember in school I made a same choy bao recipe and it was so good. all my friends and I, who were very excited about it, were surprised we actually liked it. And we then went home and we actually cooked it for our families, and it became more of a regular thing. And this just shows that getting the kids involved in the cooking again, even if it is trying something new, can help increase the excitement and overall consumption of veggies, both at home and in school as well. So they look like they are done, so we'll add in the noodles now, just mixing them all in, and then we will be ready to serve. So serving is a great part to get the kids involved with. They can scoop up the same sort of bao mixture into the lettuce cups themselves, and it means that it's totally in their control. They can influence some of the amounts that they'll be getting, and you know, they may be hesitant at first to try it, but let them try it without the pressure. So this is done. It's looking and smelling great. So if you can sort of see here. Alright, so this is what I would have got a kid to do if they were with me. So we're grabbing a lettuce cup and we're just putting it in to make the same chow bao. And there you have it, if you can see properly. So yeah, if you get the kids to do this, get them to help with all the preparation. It's a great way to get them involved and to potentially increase their veg consumption. So thank you so much for watching. If you've got any questions, we'd love to finish this off with a bit of a Q&A. Or if you don't have any questions, simply just write down some ideas for future events as well, live events, that you may be interested in seeing. We'd love to hear your feedback and your questions. So just put them into the comments section. Hopefully I'll be able to see them. So I'll hang around for a few minutes to answer some of them. But yeah, and make sure you check out the vegkit.com.au website to be a veg influencer yourself, because as I've said, we're all veg influencers and we all have the power to help foster a positive relationship with veg for our kids. So, were there any questions? Just trying to look through. Otherwise, if you've got no questions, thank you so much for watching. I will be sure to enjoy my chow bao. And yeah, head to the VegKit website to see how you can influence kids to increase their vegetable consumption, and also be sure to check out Veg Education's TikTok as well to see some of their awesome videos that they've put together to increase veg consumption.